Okay, we still out here in the Benz. So I was asked by a viewer to tell them 5 things I don't like or hate about my Mercedes S550 Coupe. So let's get into that in this video about what I don't like about my S550 Coupe. So now, getting into the 5 things I don't like about my S550 Coupe. I think I should do this in reverse order, meaning like from least to worst. So, I guess coming in at number 5 on the 5 things I don't like about my Mercedes S550 Coupe is the size. For it to be a coupe, originally I thought the size of it was a plus, but now the more I drive it around and so forth, I feel like because of the performance aspects of it, this thing is slightly too big. So the least thing I like about this car is that, or the least thing I don't like about this car is that it's too big. I like the performance. The bi-turbo is great. So in a car with like the same performance, well, I'm gonna say performance aspects, but in a vehicle with the same horsepower as the Corvette, the C7 Corvette, you would feel like it would have a little bit more oomph, and it does. But the thing about it is, it's so heavy and so big that you can't really get the same enjoyment. So that's number 5. That's what I don't like about, number 5, what I don't like about the S550 Coupe. Number 4, what I don't like about the S550 Coupe is Mercedes has pretty much made the design of the vehicle bland. So to the basic person, you can't tell, or they can't tell, an S550 from a C63 or a C class. So, or from a C class coupe or a C coupe. So, I feel like the S550 has lost its ump or its exclusiveness, that if you aren't a Mercedes guy or a car guy that actually truly know what it is, because they know what it is when they see it, but like for the average person, that's like, oh, I see you got that C550. Like C550, it's an S-Class, sir. But the C550, so it doesn't get the same respect, attention that it deserves, especially when you're paying a healthy price tag for a vehicle like this. But maybe I'm on the wrong side of the spectrum. Maybe for a person that wants to blend in and not really stand out, but yet still get the luxury to feel like a king, this is the car he's looking for. So if you're that person, look at the S550 Coupe. Tons of luxury, tons of exclusiveness, but yet you won't draw the attention to have everybody turn their heads and look and try to see who you are. You're just another Mercedes driver. Okay, number 3. And maybe I'm being too picky and maybe I'm looking too much on the performance. I'd love to have like a white car with a hint of black and red trimming, with more black and red seating, and I can't do that. Yes, they have nice designer leather interior. You can get a hard red interior, but I'm the type of person that just like combinations. So I don't like a predominantly red interior, don't really care for a predominantly black interior. I kind of like a combination of both, where it's two-toned, you know, or one part of the seat is black leather and the other part is like maybe suede. So to me, that's what I feel like is the third thing I don't like about this car. is the lack of design options to make it more customizable and fitted and suited to me. I like my cars to have a hint of my personality. I like my cars to represent me. And it just, when it comes to Mercedes, I feel like, or when it comes to this S550, I feel like you're grouped into a category, or they're just saying this is what luxury is and accept it. And I love the interior. I love the massaging seats. I love the heated seats. I love the cool seats. I love the options that's with it. But it would have been nice to have been able to get a couple different interior options. So that's number 3 on the list of what I don't like about this Mercedes. Now, as we get to number 2, we're getting more into the nitty-gritty of things I truly don't like about this car. Number 2, one of the things I truly don't like about this car, because we're getting to that point where I can actually start discussing what I don't like. Because honestly, I love the car. It's not much I don't like about it. But what I don't like about the car, and it maybe it's just in my version of the S550, because I know they did some change into the infotainment system and the steering wheel and the controls and so forth. I have one of the earlier versions of I have a 2016, the 2015 and the 2016 are more of the older versions of this system. They did some steering wheel changes and some configuration changes in the later models. But what I don't like about this one is that it's too complicated to navigate. So I can't just change CD I can't skip the CD part, but I just can't jump to the next track. I have to physically be on the radio selection, the option. So I can't be looking at the navigational screen and then hit the next song. I have to legitimately pull up the I have to legitimately pull up the music I'm listening to, or the radio controls on the screen in order to control it from the steering wheel. So the ability not to just have free control over what I'm listening to and things of that nature, that definitely ticked me off and took some getting used to. And I really didn't like that. I mean, over the years I've grown to it. I've grown used to using it, but it isn't something I'm very fond of. So I really hate that. And Mercedes, I'm glad you did better later on. But when you first came out with a car that cost $148,000 brand new and considered the premier luxury vehicle in its class for your brand, that shouldn't even been an option. Whoever sat back and let that pass or slip through the cracks, fire him. But realistically, yeah, didn't like that. And then the number one thing I hate about this Mercedes, hate it, and maybe it's just me, a guy coming from a convertible. This thing right here, I love the thought process and the practicality behind it. I hate the fact it doesn't open. If it would have opened, vented, something. Give me an option to get some fresh air in this piece. I love the car. It's an amazing vehicle. But when you can't open the sunroof and all you can do is just look through it. Yes, the light coming through is a great touch. But when you force it on every car and I can't vent it, open it, get some fresh air, you drop the ball, Mercedes. And I'm not saying, and I know you're going to say, oh, because of design and so forth. Hey, man, I drove a BMW back in the day that had a huge roof, popped open, the vented beautifully, and it slid down the black glass. You could have did something in Mercedes to make this a perfect vehicle with a venting sunroof or a hatch popping roof. Those are the 5 things I hate about this Mercedes. Tell me in the description if you think I'm being too petty, if you agree with me, or just drop a comment and say, hey man, I didn't know you was going through all that. I like Mercedes. Didn't know they was that bad. It's not bad. It's a great car. Just those are the things I don't like about it. Thanks again for tuning in. ICNV. Hit the like and subscribe button. We got more video content coming your way. Until next time, peace.